And welcome to Ultimate Soccer. Hope you're having a great time getting ready for the next game. Yes, it's coming down to crunch time. 4 games left in the season. The next game for Wrexham at the Racecourse Ground is Crawley Town. And I tell you what, once you get to the stats file and you've heard the news and the opinion, Crawley Town are on bloody fire right now. Absolutely in top form. I mean, just to mention, last 10, 7 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. Yeah, really in form. I'll tell you more about Crawley as we go through this. But welcome in, my friend. I hope you're having a great time getting ready for the next game. I hope you're as pumped as I am because literally I love every game. I can't get enough of it. And thank God we've got a summer to get some games in as well. But I really love every game. It gives me such a thrill to get into it. So I hope it does for you as well. If not, grab some of my passion and take it with you through your TV screen with the popcorn, with a beer, with a pop. Doesn't matter what you got. Anywhere around the world, let us know where you are. But yes, every game is a big day for me. But I've got to tell you, on the show, welcome back in. And if it's your first time, hey, you know what to do. Pay for your ticket. Pay for your ticket. What am I talking about? The family know. I'm telling you, like the video because it'll make good things happen for this channel. So please like the video, pay for your ticket, and get some of the good things happening for us. Now, it's news, it's the stats, it's opinion, game talk, game prediction, and then a story to finish. You're going to love the story to finish. Bollocks is about the story, yes. You see one of them signs behind me? It's got bollocks on it. Now, in the North America, you can say bollocks all you like. In the UK, it's not really sort of like, you know, the worst word in the world. I'm going to tell you a story about bollocks and why I've got it there and why I keep it there and why it's significantly like raising the middle finger to a certain person in a good way. You'll hear the story. Anyway, let's get into it. We've got stats, which is pretty long. We're going to go through it right now. It's 6 minutes 30 long. It's longer than normal, but I wanted to share some time with you. So welcome in. Get into the stats. After that, we'll get to the game prediction, the game talk. I'm going to keep you occupied. There's lots of good stuff for both sets of fans, whether you're Crawley Town, whether you're Wrexham AFC, or whether you're the neutral. And if you're worldwide Wrexham fans, I say hello to you one more time. And then wherever you are in the world, let me know where you are in the world down below and literally get into this. Join me. Have some fun because that's what you're here for. It's not to bore the shit out of you. It's to have a good time getting ready for the game. Like I say, I'm pumped and I'm probably more pumped than I should be. Let's have a look at the stats. I'll see you at 6:30. Okay, you know I normally go through the stats pretty quick. Well, I'm going to take my time. And you know why? Because we both deserve to take our time on this. There's only 4 games left in the season, and there's some interesting points that I just want to dwell on just for a moment or two as we go through the pre-game, yeah? And don't forget, after the pre-game, we've got a prediction coming, and I'll direct you to a story if you haven't seen it already, but I'll direct you a story as we shut down the show. But like I say, I'm going to take my time as we go through this. Now, let's wander over to the 12 games of glory now. Hey, 8 down, 4 to go. So it's literally 4 games left in the season. And I tell you, 3 games at home, 1 away. Doesn't that now look good for Wrexham when you consider what's going on around everybody? Yeah? Come on. It's a time to literally feel good about it. But don't forget, predictions coming as well while we're on the pre-game. But listen, 4 games left to go. I got to tell you, I'm feeling pretty good. Now, you can't get carried away because there's 3 real tough games in there. Crawley, Crewe, and Stockport. They are not givvies. I mean, Crewe Alexandra, that's not going to be exactly easy. They're in 6th. Stockport is in 1st, yeah? And Crawley Town are in 7th. So it's not going to get much tougher for opponents home all away. And to think Crewe Alexandra, yeah, in 6th is an away game. That's going to be tough, I tell you. And Forest Green can't take it for granted. Just because they're dead bottom doesn't mean that that's an easy game. So, like I say, I'm dwelling on a few things. I'm just giving you things to think about. But there's 4 games left to go. Now, let's take a look at the games coming off. And remember, the top 5 is what we dwell on. So there's 3 of the home teams in the top 5. Barrow in 5th, taking on Bradford City. I tell you, Bradford City, that might be interesting. You know, like sitting 14th in the league so far, 15 wins, 12 draws, 15 losses. Yeah, they're Mr. Averages right now, but could be a tricky game for Barrow. 2 losses on the bounce right now. Mansfield in 4th, taking on Forest Green, bottom team. Well, let's face it, Mansfield, 3 losses in the last 5. They are definitely looking to pick up some points, wouldn't you think? I think so too. 3 losses and 5. I think that Mansfield Town should be looking for the win there. I think they should well win that. I'm telling you, they should well win it. And then obviously second is Wrexham taking on Crawley in 7th. Crawley is in form, people. I'm telling you now, they are in form, not to be taken lightly. Let's take a look at the top 5 teams on the road. First place, Stockport County, looking good actually right now to win the title. I mean, they've really moved into a great slot. Fantastic. I mean, they really are in form and sitting first. And the win here on the road against Colchester could really solidify a real charge and a grip on that title. But remember, they've got quite a few games away, finishing on the final game of the season at Wrexham. Will that be instrumental? You'll just have to wait and see. But Stockport County in first on the road at Colchester. 23rd in the league, 9 wins, 11 draws, 20 losses. 20 losses. It's probably going to be 21, but come on, Colchester, do everybody a favour and get a win. Let's take a look at the league table. So there's the live table. I'll tell you what, it's moving up and down with a few clubs in the 8, 9, 10 and a few guys popping in and out, but from first to third, it's been the same 3 teams for so long now. You really do expect these 3-2 to get up. And obviously Wrexham sitting in second, welcoming in 7th place Crawley Town to the racecourse ground. And I tell you, this is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all. Crawley Town are absolutely on fire. Their form is what is driving them into the playoffs. And you've got to say, the first phase of the season wasn't bad. They had a miserable sort of like from game sort of 9 to a game 25. It was miserable. But this last 10 games, man, oh man, 7-2-1. They are absolutely on fire. Take a look at how they look on the table for the points, and you'll see why they are sitting in 7th right now. I tell you, Crawley, keep an eye on them, because I tell you what, good things are happening for them, and it might well be a tough game for Wrexham. And if you're looking at the points, Crawley and Wrexham definitely side by side on points, 9 points apiece. But look at the goal difference in the last 5 games. Crawley +8 in the last 5. They just schwacked Mansfield Town 4-1 in their last game, and they won 4-0 in the game previous to that. So they are literally dropping the goals like it's going out of fashion. Maybe they've used up all their goals. You never know, but be warned. +8 in the last 5. Stockport's +11, but I mean, Stockport's in first, yeah? I tell you, be aware. And Wrexham, like I say, third in the points, not doing so bad at all. Things are looking good. Now, one thing I want to say before we shut down is the next stats, the next 4 images are all about you. So therefore, we've got to say once again, people that have subscribed to the family here at Ultimate Soccer, your names and lights, thank you to you. I'm going to say something about you, especially, who I'm talking with every time the show's on. Heartfelt, I did a little research to see what kind of crowd we've got in the building. Okay, so let's look at the first image. There's 3 images, 3 age groups I'm going to give you, because it seems that we're an older generation listening through. So here's the first group of guys from 45 to 54. It's 16.9%. Yeah. 55 to 64, it's 38.5%. Moving on. Well, hey, 64 years of age to 75, it's 44.6%. So I just thought I'd share those numbers with you, because like I say, you with the guys with your names in lights and the people that are in the family, you're the reason why we do this, okay? So there's the stats, a little long-winded, but I dropped a lot of facts in there. We're going to go straight on screen now and give you the game prediction. It's a different kind of show this week, because a few of the things we had planned we can't do. So this is literally a quick spin around and a quick pre-game. But wait for the next pre-game when we've had more time to prep and get things done, because we've been quite busy this week, as you would know if you watched this show. Coming back on screen, hope you enjoyed it. So there you go, the stats. I hope you were entertained. And like I said, I wanted to share more time with you, because there's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to put in your head. You know, lots to think about. Lots can happen. Maybe there's a good thumbnail there. Who knows? Just playing with the camera. But anyway, couple of things before we get into the prediction and the prediction image and the game talk. Paul Mullin reached 100, game 129, and he's got 100 goals for Wrexham right now inside 3 years. That's fantastic. So big congratulations to Paulie Mullin. And if you didn't know, Worldwide Wrexham fans, yes, 100 came up in the last game. And I tell you what, it was a sweet goal as well. Also got to say, who is your player of the year? Image, take a look. Let me know down below who is your player of the year, please. Yes, absolutely. Now, another image, the prediction image. Take a look. And this game is going to be tough. I tell you what, when I come back with the game talk afterwards, you're going to be well entertained what I've got for you, Wrexham fans, about the intel that I've got about Crawley Town and what you need to know. And Crawley Town fans, you might be impressed with the little dossier we have about you. So hang around. Wrexham fans, I'm going to tell you some other little things. I'm going to tell you things like my thoughts on the game, my thoughts with the 4 games to go, and how many points it's going to take to get promotion from the last 4. Stick around. Plus a story to finish. Bollocks. Absolutely. You got it. On the money. And when you hear the story, you'll be like, yeah, it makes sense why you want to say that story needs to be told, because it is, in a way, you want to hear it, but you'll want to hear it. I'm not going to tell you about it now. Keep hanging around. Got more stuff coming. But hey, here's the image. This is what I'm saying. So there's a prediction image. Tell me what you think down below. What's your score? What do you think the score is going to be between these two teams? Do you think Crawley's on the road for a win? You think Wrexham's going to take a win? I mean, Wrexham's home form is pretty decent. Crawley's got some decent road form as well. I said, and I tell you what, by the time I get through with what I got to tell you about Crawley Town, if you're a Wrexham fan, it might strike a little fear into you. It might not, but it certainly will. You know, if you're a Crawley fan, you're going to be pushing your chest out a little bit, because right now Crawley is in the top form of the season right now. Like I said earlier, midway through the season, there was a span of 20 games there where it was going nowhere, but nowhere at all, and a lot of reds, i.e. a lot of losses. But recently, your last 11 games, I tell you what, it's fantastic. Last 10, 2 losses. Last 11, it's 7, 2 and 2. So, you know what, you don't get much better than that. And I tell you what, I'll drop this. 6 road wins in the last 10. Figure that in there. And where's this game taking place? It's on the road at the racecourse ground. So Crawley Town are not coming into this with any fear at all. I've got to tell you as well, Scott Lindsay took over this team at the tail end of last year, I believe, or earlier on before then, and saved them from relegation last season. This season hasn't gone fantastically well, but I tell you what, when you look at the form that this team has got right now, you really can see that if they just started off better in the year, they wouldn't be too far from it. But let's look at like a couple of the danger players. If you're a Wrexham fan, listen up. Lullis and Orsey, 3 goals and 4 goals respectively in the last 10. And I've got to say, Orsey's got 17 on the season and Lullis has got 9. So, you know, there's some pretty decent scores. If I look on the list as well, Adam Campbell's on 7, Roman Darcy's on 5, Nicholas Tzuli, he's on 4, and Will Wright's on 4. If you're looking at Wrexham, for the sakes of you Crawley fans, respectively, around the world, say hello. Say hello. Worldwide Wrexham fans, say hello. And local to Wrexham, say hello. Wrexham scorers, top scorers, Philly Mullin on 9. Elliot Lee's on 15. Elliot Lee's been a staunch player all year, but Phil Mullin, massive. Stevie Fletcher's on 8. Ollie Palmer stuck on 5. James Jones on 4. And James McLean, Mr. Bad Boy, James McLean, who collects so many yellow cards, is untrue. He's on 3. Great season, however. But like I say, the fireworks up front, those are the guys that could do it. I mean, maybe Orsey, maybe Lawless, but certainly Paul Philip Mullin, and Elliot Lee could still be there. And this might be a game for Stevie Fletcher to get another hat-trick. Who knows, you know? Score a few goals together. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But last 10, like I say, 7-1 and 2. It's pretty damn good. 22 goals to 8. 22 points out of 30. They're on fire. It's the best form of the season. And like I said, 6 away wins in the last 10. The losses was Doncaster at home 2-0. And prior to that was Morecambe away 1-0 as well. So, gotta say, the away form on the season so far, 9, 3 and 8. 9 wins, 3 draws, 8 losses, 29 goals scored for 30 against -1. And this is on the road. And they've claimed 30 points out of 60, so 50%. So when you can do that, your home form should have been better. You'd be up the league. I tell you what, Crawley Town, like I say, in form right now. Wrexham, it's a tough game. You better beware. This could turn into a home loss. Quite easy. So, got to say. And as for Crawley, next up after this one is Colchester at home. So it doesn't get too tough. But that's another game that you got to say Crawley should well take points from, which then is going to put pressure on people in and around them. Crawley looks like they're making a good charge for the promotion playoffs for sure, is what I'm saying. So Crawley fans, that's what I've got for you guys. And I've got to say, finishing on Scott Lindsay, 70 games in, 29 wins, 12 draws, 29 losses with Crawley so far for 41%. That's not bad at all. When you consider that Phil Parkins is like 62%, Scott Lindsay on 41%. He's doing absolutely great right now. Hopefully it continues. They push it into the next year, and then they can mount a charge to get back up to League One. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm going to talk about Wrexham in a different light. Big up to everybody around the world, wherever you are. Remember, like and subscribe, pay for your ticket. Like I say every show, pay for your ticket. Do us a favor by liking the video on YouTube, then likes us. It really does work that way. And by commenting, even if you just say, hi, Steve, thank you, enjoyed it, or hi, Steve, what a crap show, just drop a comment down below. That also helps us. So please help us to get a little bit more love from YT that pull all the strings on this channel. Now, talking about the game with Wrexham, I'm not going to give you any tactical. I'm just going to give you straight up talk, fan to fan. 4 games to go. This game is going to be absolutely one of the toughest we've had in the last little while. It goes back to the feeling of taking on Mansfield recently. It's that big. And no, Crawley are per se not as big as you might see in your estimations as Mansfield. I agree. But when you consider the form of Mansfield recently and Crawley over the last 11 games, especially with only 2 losses, 7 wins, 2 draws, scoring for fun, beat Mansfield in the last game 4-1, won 4-0 before that game. They've hit peak form at the right time with a handful of games to go. They might be a surprise package in the final way this season ends up should a big team falter, should Mansfield keep on faltering. So what I'm saying is this, that game at the racecourse ground, the fans need to be 100% behind it. You watching on TV needs to be biting all your fingernails off, getting ready for it and watching during it, because I think this is going to be such an edgy game. I don't see either team running out with this one, not for a single minute. And I don't see a goal fest. And you saw the prediction. And by the way, I was absolutely 100% with the score last game. Hopefully, again, sorry, Crawley fans, but I've got to tell you, this is going to be a tough game. That's all I want to say on it. And it's going to be another one with bravery. You got to be brave to win the big games. The bravery showed in the last game. That's what I'm talking about. You go a goal down, you come back and win. That's bravery. Take a goal at the worst possible time, but you come back and you win it. And hey, not only does Paulie Mullin get the kudos, yeah, but Maxi Cleworth, what a great little player he's turning into, and he gets the winner. So big up, Max. Well done. And let's get ready for the next game. I want to talk about the 4 games, though, about Wrexham moving through. 3 home, 1 on the road. Big games. Big games. Crewe, Stockport to finish after this, Forest Green in the middle, and then obviously right now Crawley. In actual fact, you've got to say those are 4 big games, and you got to say your home games you're looking to pick up the points. I would take 6 out of 9 points right now. If I could get 9, obviously. If you get 9 points, promotion is done. It's done. It's done. You can't be caught, because when you look at the league ladder, look below us. There's a couple of teams that are close to us, but they're running out of time. So average form at the end of the day is going to get people promoted that are in the top 3 right now. Average form. That means 2 wins out of the next 4 average are going to get the big 3 up into League One. That's what I'm saying. If you get anywhere from 7 to 9 points out of them 12, you're guaranteed promotion. Guaranteed. Because the teams can't catch Wrexham right now, whether it be points or they don't have enough games. And after this week's Tuesday games, Saturday, there'll only be 2 games left. So it's going to come to a crunch really quick. Right now, keep picking up the points. 7 points guarantees promotion to League One for Wrexham. Right now, I'm guaranteeing you. And that's what I'm saying. But the 4 games, it's going to be a tough ride. This game is going to be an absolute monster game. And patience is going to be the name of the game. Both these teams have nothing to risk by drawing, especially Wrexham. They can go with a draw in one of the big games, yeah? But neither of these teams needs to lose. And right now, remember, although Wrexham's in great form, Crawley are on bloody fire. Get ready for a big game. I tell you what, it is going to be massive. And to finish off the little story, that sign behind me, yeah? The bollocks. Briefly, the story about the bollocks. I was up in Edmonton, Alberta, and I had that sign in the back of my Chrysler. It was a beautiful car. Blew the engine in it, completely blew it. Big V8, man, did I ever feel sad when that died. But anyway, that was in the back windshield. Not on the car, but in the back windshield. I'm outside a cop shop. I'm just parking up, and I had to go in there, yeah, just to get some paperwork done. Anyway, there's this cop standing there with his wife, and all of a sudden, he looks to the back of my vehicle, and he sees the sign. He went, "You better take that out." I went, "Sorry?" He went, "You better take that sign out." I went, "Why?" He goes, "That's offensive." I went, "Who to?" He went, "You know what it is. You better take it out. I'm going to write you. I'll get you a ticket." I'm thinking to myself, okay, fine, don't argue. Just take it out, whatever, yeah? So I take it out, fold it down, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I just thought to myself, why all the big fuss? So anyway, that's why I kept that sign, and that's why it's on this show. And no, obviously, Cop is not going to be watching this show, but it was just a case of it wasn't really necessary, and it's not offensive out here. And if I was in the UK, obviously, I wouldn't put it in my back window. So there's the story about the bollocks, because Mike out of Austin, Texas, emailed in FIFA's Cup, that's fifascup@gmail.com, and said, "Steve, why do you have that bollocks shield in the background?" Well, now you know. So there you go. So anyway, get ready for that game. It's going to be massive. I tell you what, it's going to be tight. It's going to be a nail-biter, and it won't be easy either way. And either team can take it. But at the end of the day, you know who I want to win. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know who I want to do. But anyway, it could go either way. Get ready for it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for letting me get into your screen. And remember, like the video, pay for your ticket, and do us all a favor and come back again and have fun and get ready for that game. Cheers.